Yes, guys. Welcome to Balas. Hi, guys. Solo, Coach C, George. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, gentlemen, what's going on?
We're here, man.
We're
Yeah.
here.
Very good.
George, you don't seem too convinced, man. What's going on, bro, man? Talk to me, man. How
Uh,
you?
Good. I'm good.
Yeah?
Just sad that the World Cup is coming to an end.
You ain't lying about that, bro, man. Same here, man. What a tournament, man. Matter of fact, let's get right to it, man. 2026 World Cup is down to the final four. And what a tournament he has been. We witnessed a lot of great matches, man. Brought drama, unforgettable moments. Now we're just 2 games away to the finals. Let's break it down how we got here. The quarterfinals overweight. We're heading to the semifinals. England punched the ticket to the semifinals after a hard-fought extra time win against Norway. And Argentina do what Argentina does in the extra time. I guess it's sweet. It's a lot of controversy again every time Argentina win. I know there's Messi fan here, so I'm not going to start a lot of talking about it because it's Messi team. Coach C, I'm not taking no shot, but
Football,
you already
football
know,
fans,
man. And
look,
France
look,
beating
look who's
Morocco
on my wall.
2-0.
Look,
It's Spain, man. Spain doing what it does. And now we got Spain versus France and England versus Argentina. Let's get to the first quarterfinal game, which is, of course, Morocco versus France 2-0. Man, Morocco, what a team here. To me, this is one of the best run World Cup team, my opinion. They went through a lot playing against top 10 team now like Argentina did, and they got to France. It's not the easiest as you should playing against the favorite. I don't know. Does Morocco deserve this run? Hell yeah, because they've been organized. It's a back-to-back African nation to make it to the quarterfinals. If I'm not mistaken, the history of the World Cup, and we're here
Right.
now. So let me get you guys take on really on the Morocco side for a minute, man. How proud are you guys are with Morocco? I know they out, but we gotta represent the African nations. We fought hard. 9 out of 10 made it to the round of 32, which is a great thing for us, for a nation. They got to witness the African football, what we see in the African
What
whenever
did
they
you
host
say?
the tournament.
You say nine? You say nine made 32?
9 out of 10, yeah, because I think the only team that didn't made it is Tunisia, right?
Yeah, that's impressive.
That is very impressive, though. So give me a take on Morocco against France and how impressed you guys are with Morocco. I'm gonna start with you, George.
I think for Morocco, they've been consistent for the last 8 years. They invested a lot of capital into their programs, and even from the U17, the U20 World Cup, they did really great. They won the U20 World Cup, and the last World Cup they made it to the semifinals, and this World Cup they made it to the quarterfinals. So you have to give it to them. That is the first, if I'm not mistaken, African country that has gone back to back World Cup without hearing any controversies during the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apart from prior to the World Cup where they had to, their coach need to step aside for this new coach to take over. You rarely hear anything from Morocco when it comes to, example, what happened to Senegal or what happened to Ivory Coast. It's mostly with them, it's all about business and getting things done. So kudos to them for the last 8 years and what they've accomplished. I know 2030 they are hosting, so we are hoping that they can go all the way to the final.
Sure, Solo, talk to me, man. I know we go back and forth a lot about the quality and how European football see us. How proud are you with the boys from the North African side?
Yeah, I mean, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, okay.
I think Morocco will probably say they probably have the best wine program in Africa right now. The past 10 years, like we've seen the development from the youth level up to the senior team, and we've seen the results. I think they're a great example of how African Federation should be run. Like you said, like George said, we haven't had too much drama from Morocco, apart from drama with other African countries. But as a program, I was watching something and they did mention that actually the way Morocco has been running things, they are one of the best in the world, not only in Africa. Their whole soccer program is one of the best in the world. So I'm not surprised with how much success they've had the past few years. And I think because also we have to remember a bunch of players in Morocco like had dual citizenship for like the European countries. So they've been getting players from Europe too. We've seen France and a few nations getting all the players from Africa. But we've seen Morocco do the opposite, getting some players from Europe. That's why every time they play European players, I don't think they're scared because a lot of these players have grown up playing with these players their whole life. So like the moment is never too big for them. So I think a lot of great in Morocco. They've been excellent. I think they've been a good example. I think the rest of African countries should learn something from Morocco and run their program.
Yeah. Cool. See, talk to me, bro. What do you take on this, brothers, from the note?
Yeah, other than trying to steal the towels from the Senegalese in the AFCON championship, they've been pretty good. uh, yeah, they got just to echo off what Solo said, they don't have a problem recruiting players, from that youth level to the national team level. Their geographical position is really close to Europe also, so the players that they can get from Europe don't have to go too far, and they have heavily invested into their program with the likes of Hakimi spearheading it. They have the 18-year-old Boadi starting in the midfield, and he is a Frenchman, but he says he has no regrets on coming to play for Morocco because they have a great skill set and they're playing a great style. And the outside players, I believe, see this and have confidence and have no problem going to play for that. So yeah, they've been on a great run and they don't fear anybody. Like you said, Argentina hasn't played any world ranked teams. They still have been put to the test because this is football. But Morocco have played the likes of the top 15 and they have, always showed up late in the later rounds. And I believe they have the confidence to really do some things in the international level with what they have. And you also see their striker just signed for Bayern Munich, so their players are
Yeah.
being heavily sought after. They have a good base.
Yeah, man. I think that a lot of people forgot that Morocco actually is the only team in this World Cup that faced. I don't know if I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I think they're the only team in the World Cup that faced three teams ranking among the world top 10. So
Wow.
for me, that's an achievement. So
Yeah.
that's something that they should be proud of, and they made it to the quarterfinals. The only African team that made it in this tournament, and that's a great thing for them. And they should keep their head up and achievements. Jones said it best. They're hosting the next World Cup. They probably got more in the tank, and switching coaches didn't even matter to them. They're still the same team, same chemistry. You guys say the best, man. Well run, and that's what we need. We're not hearing nothing from the camp about who not getting paid, who's going to do this, what the politicians are doing. They're straightforward with their business, and this is a perfect example for all of us, especially as the African nation and African football. But now let's talk about the guy that actually knocked him out. And goddamn, this team right here, man. What a team this team is. Now, how do you even like? I know you guys are football head, right? Soccer head in America head. So, what is France's weakness? If you guys could look at this team overall, how they play, especially when they start clicking in the second half. I always say that the team that could start fast and mess up the rhythm or force them not to get or not to click is the team that's going to beat them. Because once they get this thing going on with the three monsters ahead and up front, what is France's weakness, George? George, can you hear me?
Yeah. Are we starting with the Morocco France game?
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome to the show.
Okay. With that game, you see, it's like when you have a younger brother and you've been beating on him for a long time, and he finally gains some muscles, and he thinks he can beat you up, and still he can't do anything to you. That is what happened to Morocco, right? The last 4 years they lost to France in the semifinals. They went home, they prepared, they came back. They even took some of the players that were born in France that could have made the French team, and still they couldn't get over France. But the Spain game tomorrow will be an interesting game. The reason why I'm saying that is I am yet to see the French midfield tested, and Spain will test them from top to bottom, right? It's easy for you, like when you get Olise, you get Dembele, and on the left side, either Bakola or Due. Going forward, they are great. But what happens if they are being tested and they have to defend two blocks? Will Olise be able to help the midfield defend against Spain? Will Dembele be able to double up on the left side? Or will Bakola or Due be able to double up Lamine on the right side? So it's going to be a test to them tomorrow. Tomorrow we will definitely understand what they are actually made of. And if you remember what happens in the Nation League semifinals, they were down by 5-1 before they knew it. So it's going to be the midfield is going to be tested tomorrow. They haven't really had any test in the middle of the field. I know their back line is solid. I know their front four are solid. With just the two holding midfielders, can they defend to they hold the Spanish midfield that plays the positionless soccer? Can they hold them to like dispossess them? Because Spain is coming in with at least 60% possession tomorrow. What will France do with the 40% that they get? So tomorrow will be a test for the French midfield.
Coach D, what you think, man? France versus Morocco game. What's your take and how France versus Spain is gonna turn out?
I believe
Coach D, can you
France,
hear me?
they like he's yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that France, they really haven't been tested in the mid yet, as George said. They haven't been tested to think yet. So I believe that in the Morocco game, Morocco really didn't test them or give them the test that they were looking for. They had some good chances, but the midfield didn't really have to think about anything, you know? So I believe tomorrow will be their first test, but Morocco really didn't give France anything to think about. I don't think France really they didn't really face a real test yet, you know? And I believe tomorrow will be the real test.
You gotta start with Obama service again, bro. No, it's not you. Not like messing with you, Coach T, man. Talk to me, bro.
Hold on.
Solo, well, we having a little problem with our Coach T right now, man. Talk to me about France versus Morocco and then France versus Spain, as George has mentioned, that France hasn't been tested in the midfield yet. So with that being said, now you saying that, now I got a question to ask. Like, when we look at it overall from this coming to this point, who was the better team, really? Like, who was the better team between France and Spain in the quarterfinals?
If France plays at their best and Spain plays at their best, France will win. I think Spain will beat France if France don't play very well, and Spain plays their A game. And I was compare this French team to the U.S. Olympic basketball team when they go to the Olympics, right? See, a lot of teams will hang around for like the first 10 minutes, and then later on they just no, they can't keep up anymore. If you look at French, yes, we've seen teams try like you guys keep saying they've not been tested. They've not been tested because their quality compared to other teams is just so high. Now Spain is a better team, but I still think if both teams play their best, France is really better team and they will win them tomorrow. If you look at the talent, if you look at the position from 1 to 11, and then on the bench, I don't see a lot of teams in the world that can compete with us. Now, you might say they can be beat. Of course, they can be beat. But if France play their best game and Spain play their best game, definitely France is in that game.
Yeah.
But Solo, quick question for you. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
think that if Spain is playing their best, France not playing their best will be as a result of Spain not allowing them to play? Do you foresee both teams playing at their best at the same time? Because I think for Spain, it's more of we have to take away what you are good at,
Well,
and you cannot take away what we are good at, which is possession.
we watched some games in this World Cup where both
Uh-huh.
teams played excellent, but one team had to win, right?
Uh-huh.
I,
Uh-huh.
I don't remember. I don't remember the last game we were just watching, which was one of the greatest games of the World Cup. Both teams played hard, but one team had to win. So you're asking, would France play bad because I be a result of Spain doing something to them? It's
Yes.
possible, but if Spain plays bad, would be because of France doing whatever they do. It is possible. So these matchups, I think, at this stage of the tournament, coaching becomes very important. When teams are almost equally matched, just a little tweak here and there will make a huge result. So yes, we still that Spain they like to lose the ball, right? And we think France for the most part, like you guys said, they've never been tested that much. So I don't know what they have in the pocket for tomorrow's game. I think I know they can
Mm-hmm.
score goals. How's Mbappe feeling? Is he 100% healthy? Because that's a big deal if he's not 100% healthy. Because just him alone, just his presence alone, would require a lot of attention from the Spanish defense. So I don't know. I'm still picking French. France.
Yeah.
I know
I,
Spain.
I
They
think I
they they,
think
they, they go.
yeah, sorry, Musa. One of the things with when it comes to Spain is that they have specified roles for every player they have on their team. Even if you look at their substitution pattern, they have players that come in for specific things, and each player understands their role on their team and what they are asked or required to do. So Spain, the reason why it's difficult to play against them is that they understand what they are doing. Do you understand what you are doing? They have plan A, B, C, D, E, and all the rest of the plans that you can think about. If you realize it's difficult for Spain to blow any team out in the World Cup. Go back to when they won it. They don't blow anybody out in the World Cup, but they don't lose, which will be a difficult. They don't lose.
And they play keep away. But
Mm-hmm.
if they play a good team as good as France, I don't know if that formula will always work.
It did work in the Nations League semi-final, right? They kept the ball away from France for most part of the game. And before France knew it, they were down by 5-1. They fought back, they scored 3 in like 12 minutes. But when it comes to Spain in a major tournament, it's rarely would you see them beat any team like 3-0, 4-0. Their games are usually 1-0, 2-1, right? They don't score a lot of goals because they just make sure that you don't get the ball. And if
But
they are going to do that to France, that will be difficult for France to get a rhythm, one. And two, if they are not getting a counter attack,
Yeah,
will
yeah,
their
yeah,
front four
yeah,
be able to create
yeah,
something for
yeah.
themselves? So that will be something that we have to watch out for tomorrow.
So now you
they,
guys saying that so we already ahead of
Yo,
the
Mike.
next that would be the question at the end. But so
Yo.
after watching Belgium versus France versus Spain, do you think Spain got lucky because Belgium did have some of the midfielders? Anana wasn't playing. If I'm not mistaken, I think Tillman wasn't playing due to injury and so on. So when you watch, seeing how it goes, or that's just part of Spain's game plan to keep them going and win the game in the last minute. Because it seems like they keep winning games in the last minute since the round of 32. That's part of their game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Why you say that, Joe?
It's not since Spain won the World Cup in 2010. Just follow their trend coming forward from 2010, right? It's rarely you see them score 3 goals in a game or 4 goals, even when they play a really bad team. And when it comes to the knockout stages, last year they lost to Morocco. What was the scoreline? This year, round of 32, what was the scoreline? Quarterfinals, what is the scoreline? So they don't blow teams out like France does. What they do is they make it hard for you to play your game. That's what I'm saying, that if France is not playing their normal French game, like the free-flowing, the running behind and doing all that, will the team be that disciplined to stay in front of the ball for 60 minutes of the game, for 70 minutes of the game? And when they get it, then they can do what they are doing, or they are going to allow Spain to break them down. Because remember, you cannot play the two in the middle. Now, Olise, that is the offensive midfielder, needs to drop in the middle to help them. You know what I mean? So Spain makes it hard for you to play your system.
Yeah,
So we
I
will see
get that, but
what
also
the French is
you
made
also
up of.
I think that when you watch this French team, you got the defensive midfielders, even the number 8, or Rabiot. I hope I'm saying his name right. I feel like everybody knows
Rabiot.
the role that they don't have to worry about scoring a goal. All they got to worry about is covering up Olise's defensive errors
Mm-hmm.
or Dembele's defensive weakness, excuse me, or even in Pape, because we know what he does. Even in Pape, in this game, like in this tournament so far, we've seen him coming back. What
Mm-hmm.
they asked him to do on Madrid, he doesn't. He do more now than I've
Mm-hmm.
seen him ever did for the international game. And I think that Spain, like Solo says, Spain has to be 100% to win this game compared to what France has to be. Because if France go to 100% with Spain, I think if France got a more offensively weapon because they know how to score. Don't get me wrong, the Spain, I should call them, they know, like you mentioned, also they know their role. But after this French team, also players know their role. The only weakness now I asked this question earlier. What is France's weakness when you watch it overall? You mentioned a lot about can Olise cover up the defensive end? Can Ousmane Dembele do it, or can Mbappe do it? What about the center backs? Are they capable of covering like the way they were doing throughout the whole tournament? That would be the question to be tested. But we'll move on to the next game, man, because England versus Norway is a game that also ended in extra time. I love this World Cup. This is what the World Cup is about. It's nothing easy. No matter who you are or where you're from, Coach always says that the game is played on the day, not on paper. This was not easy night for England. Norway coming to the match fearless, and they show up and they did what they did. But does England deserve this win? Coach, talk to me.
I believe they earned it. Y'all can hear me good, right? No, Obama.
Yeah.
All right.
Obama's service is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I believe England earned it, man. Jude Bellingham coming up with 2 big goals as he did versus Mexico. I believe he scored against Mexico, right? Yeah, so he's putting himself right up there with the best of the best in the world. And a lot of the English are saying that England don't stand a chance going into the final, and they kind of underachieved against Norway. But Norway is a team that they were playing for each other, so it's hard to beat a team like that when they know what's at stake versus a team with many stars on it, and they're trying to make it work as they go along, trying to find the best 11. You got Madueke out there, you don't know what you're gonna get from him. So I think England, they did deserve it going into the finals. Troy Deeney was voiced that they weren't good enough, but I don't believe that. I believe Norway are just that good, and people don't believe it yet. They had to dig deep and fight for the game, and I think England can do good for themselves as long as they stay honest. But against Norway, they deserve that win. They fought hard for it. They neutralized Erling Haaland. Or before that, Erling Haaland was, these Premier League players are used to Haaland. So they went out there and they proved that. Tuchel told them to line up, one man in front, one man behind. Do not let them serve the ball to Haaland. And it was pretty effective. That Sorloth had a chance to give to him, and he's being kind of ridiculed by all of the media for it to give Haaland the ball in the break, but that was about it for Haaland. He didn't get too much chances, and these players play with him week in and week out. So if England could just keep the base that they have, I think they'll do good for themselves. But I think they did well versus Norway.
George, is the game of impressive or Norway just got unlucky? Are you impressed with England or Norway got unlucky?
I mean, they said two things can be true, right? Norway were unlucky, but England also took the win away from them. The first goal was controversial. The ball hit the wire, and if you look at the trajectory of the ball, as soon as it hit the wire, it dropped. So if VAR was involved in that, then they will have to restart the play. But according to the technology they have in the ball, they said they didn't see the spike. So there was no need for VAR to be involved. So that was England being lucky over there. Their second goal, the goalkeeper spilled the ball. If the goalkeeper were able to grab the ball, that would have been a different story. So you look at it and you're going, was England lucky? Yes, but they also had to fight to get a win. And regardless of how you look at it, you're just going to be impressed with Norway and what they did in the whole tournament. Because coming in, not a lot of people gave them the credit to go all the way to the quarterfinals, and they did that. They did that impressively. Apart from their game against Brazil, their games against France, sorry, that they actually didn't want to play. They just sat everybody. They were very impressive against Brazil, against England. They came in, they were impressive. They were just unlucky with those 2 goals, and England took advantage of that. So kudos to Norway. England lives to fight another day against the darling of the tournament. So we will see how that goes.
The princess of the tournament.
Yes.
First of all, we gotta give credit to England, right? We've been making fun of them the past years. They always underachieve, and this year they're winning games. Now, like I always say, we play to win the game. It doesn't matter how much position you had. It doesn't matter how dominant you were. At the end of the 90 minutes, whoever has more goals wins the game. We might say England wasn't as impressive, but guess what? By the end of the game, they had more goals than Norway. And again, but I gotta give credit to Norway because I didn't expect Norway to do this. Because I thought they were a one man show. You know what I mean? And I didn't think having your number nine as the best player was a recipe to be successful at the World Cup. I guess I didn't know a lot about the whole team, right? And then the way they played, I think they've been very very impressive because I never expected them to reach this far. But for England, we've been expecting them to reach this far. But I think, unfortunately for them, I think the road might end here. I'm not sure. I'm impressed. First of all, who's the best player on the English team? Who's the
That's a
best
good
player in the
question.
English team?
So far, it
because
looks like it's the boy from Madrid.
right,
You gotta
because
give it to Judy.
Julio, he's been playing really well this World Cup. I feel like he's the soul and heart for this team. He makes the team go. He plays hard. He scores. Of course, Harry Kane is the man, right? We know what he can do. But without Jordan, I think they wouldn't go this far. In my opinion, he's been the most important player on that team and MVP for this tournament for England at least.
Right. You know how you guys talk about French team and Spain team. I think what else England has is the fact they got a defensive midfielders and they got a Declan Rice and then Anderson is willing to play that role. I think that Judy don't have to put that much work in defensively. So him running box to box really helped Harry Kane out. And Harry Kane could pick up the puck. He could drop and control the game and go forward. You got something to say, Coach? Go ahead.
Yeah, just echo what you're saying. You see, they got those two midfielders to do that. But George knows this. He's the free midfielder. He's actually a very smart player. Harry Kane takes up so much attention, and he times his run to come in as like the second striker behind Harry Kane and find that little dangerous pocket where the ball rebounds. He's there to get it. He's a fox in the box. So if Harry Kane can't get there and he has all the attention on him, he finds the little spaces, and that's been helping him. But he is that type of player. He's a second scorer. He wants to score as much as the striker wants from midfield, and he has that athleticism to where he can get in and get in these dangerous spaces when the ball is being crossed to score. And he's proven that, man. And I salute the kid. The kid he's doing very, very well for himself. He's up there in the golden boot race now because it's sheer effort coming from him. And it's good to see that he's giving them a chance. So yeah, surely. I think that midfield core is giving them a chance, but especially Jude Bellingham.
Right. Now let's move on to the team they're gonna play against in the semifinal. Argentina is heading to the semifinals again after beating Switzerland 3-1 in the extra time. A lot of extra time games, man. This is 120-minute match. And this has just changed the FIFA World Cup to 120 minutes. Because this game's are wild in this tournament. And where do I start from here, man? It's always something when Argentina win. You know what I mean? We see things like this happen. Even when the Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs was going back to back to the Super Bowl, few calls, referees on their side. Argentina is a team, right? Messi, whenever, like I think most of you guys mentioned this. I remember Joe saying this. When Messi's in the team, they got a chance. What really impressed me with Argentina, they know how to win games against Egypt, coming back and playing the game. But in this game, I feel like Argentina got a little bit lucky. The scoreline doesn't tell us everything, but I'm gonna get you guys take on it. George, talk to me, man. Argentina still look like the team to beat in this tournament as a defensive champ.
So I am going to give you two different analyses of the game. The first one, the red card was a red card. You
Talk to me.
cannot dispute that. He had a first yellow card. He dove. There was no contact. That's a second yellow card. He's a red card. He is gone. So in that situation, you cannot be mad at Argentina because he knew better, right? There was even nothing over there for you to win that foul. Like there is no reason for him to go down, and that cost his team. But when you think about it, Argentina, we can debate whether they get some favorable calls for them and all that. Sometimes when you look back, I sent you something on Instagram and it read like, let me see if I can find it. It says out of the 48 teams, 47 have faced at least one VAR intervention against them during the World Cup, with the exception of Argentina, who hasn't had a single decision overturned by VAR, which is odd, right? So it begs the question: Does FIFA favor Argentina? Right? And I was listening to a podcast this afternoon, and Roy Keane made an interesting and compelling case. What he said was, when Argentina failed in 2014, what happened after that? Anybody remember?
No, tell me.
Messi retired from international soccer. And since then, how many tournaments do you think Argentina has won? They've won
Including
3. And each of, no, like, yes. So they won the World Cup, they won the Copa America, they won
Copa America.
the joint one with the North and South America that they played in the US. Yes. So
Finalissima.
basically, what he was trying to say is that after he retired, FIFA decided, okay, for us to bring you back, we have to do something to keep you going. Because it doesn't make sense that a whole tournament, all 47 teams, has had a VAR decision overturned, except for one. Coincidence? Maybe, but you could also make an argument that there is something there. And to me, the next part of my case is that I don't know. I'm just saying. I just left it out there for you to decide.
Yeah.
And there's another thing too that I could read right now that says right here, Argentina became the first team to reach the World Cup semifinals without facing any ranking of
Top
any ranking
20
top
team.
team.
Yes.
So you can look at it any way that you want to look at it. Somebody needs to adjust the algorithm to put them in the position that they are. But if they get a decision for them against England, I'm not going to fight that. Because I literally want to piss the English media off. And the only way to piss them off is for Argentina to rob them. So,
Yes.
I mean, I just leave that out there for you guys to discuss. I don't know.
Algeria, Jordan, Cape Verde, Egypt
Cape Verde,
before facing
Egypt.
Switzerland.
And you know the funny thing? Even playing a lesser side, they still have a controversial decision going their way. Every single game against Algeria, should Messi have got a red card? Against Cape Verde, what happened in the game? Against Egypt, VAR should have interfered. So every game that they play, there is one decision that goes in their favor. Coincidence? Solo? I don't know.
Go ahead, Solo, man. Talk to me.
to fall for this contract. It's so hard. You gotta put so many pieces, so many different people to buy into what you're trying to do. I mean, it's just not one person. So I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. But of course, I understand why people would ask that question. But also, we have to remember, even though
people
FIFA
saying
says,
it or we are seeing it.
even though FIFA says they're not properly organized, we all know that's not true. It's about money. When you look at Messi is a big money making machine for FIFA. We might judge it is what it is. And I think Ronaldo would have been too, but because Ronaldo as national team, he has never been successful. I can also remember the games are in America. Messi in America is just bigger than any other player in America alone. And we know that all the biggest media companies in the world, most money, they are all in New York City. So they're paying up. They're paying the rights to all that. So now I don't know if there's something there. Now, I don't know if there's something there, but I don't blame people. Go to you, John.
All right, Coach C.
Even
While
that.
we wait for
But I
Solo
don't think there's
go ahead,
anything
my
there.
bad. Talk to me, Coach C. What do you think, man? Argentina again? Before you
I
get
think,
there,
I
like
think, yeah, go
I
ahead.
just want to say something about what George says about the red card. It is a red card because of he had a yellow. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. But the problem is that, like you say, Argentina is the only team that VAR has not interfered, right? For me, just to go looking at VAR interfering in that play, knowing damn well you're gonna reverse the card to a red card or not a yellow card. That's what becomes the problem. You see what I'm saying? I agree with you. As a ref, no, that's straight up. That's a yellow card. It wasn't straight up red. It was a yellow because he had a yellow card before. But should they have received a yellow card in the first for the first foul? That's actually questionable. Now you know the man is a yellow card, and then you got VAR to interfere because another Argentina player got a yellow card. That's when the problem comes. Go ahead, coach. Talk to me.
It's sheer controversy that I believe they want some kind of drama behind this in this tournament, as we saw in Qatar. I think that they want some kind of drama behind this, and this is a team, I won't say it, but we all know the history behind Argentina, and I think that they want this team to stay in for as long as they can and as powerful as they can, because when Messi leaves, it's going to be a big drop off. Okay, so just looking at it from a footballing perspective and a football fan, yes, that was another yellow card in the days prior to VAR. Maybe he would have got away with it. And Perez would have got the yellow card and the game would have kept playing. Who knows? But now, with all this hypervigilance in the game, and Argentina always benefiting from this, is something you have to look at. You can't look away from it. And I think tomorrow is going to be their biggest test with England. England has to go play a gentleman's game against them in order to stay clean. They have to go play they have to go play a nice game. They can't go tackling too hard, or they can't trip somebody close enough to the box, or all of this, because it will be some kind of controversy behind it. But I believe if England play that game, they can beat Argentina, because Argentina has been playing extra time games back to back. They played Cape Verde extra time. They played Egypt. Egypt, I don't know if there was extra time, but then they played Switzerland extra time. And Switzerland had them on the ropes before that card. Before that card, Switzerland had them. Argentina thought they can get out there with a 1-0 win. So I think England has something for them tomorrow. I think that there's something in the script for tomorrow, and they might be going home. So unless they benefit from one of these calls again, well, we'll see about it.
So
I
with
mean,
that
one,
being said,
one thing
George,
I want to add,
go ahead.
right? Sorry, Musa. One thing I want to add is, for instance, I'm just saying that how many games do you normally miss when you get a red card? One game, right? But Kwanzaa got a red card and he's missing two including
games.
the semifinals. Is that a coincidence? Maybe not. Maybe you don't know, right? And the second thing that you want to look at, there was one incident in the Argentina and Switzerland game. There was a 50-50 ball. Zakaria and one of the Argentine guy went up to get the ball. The Swiss guy won the ball clean. And the referee called a foul for the Argentine guy. Like, there was no contact or anything. So it's the little things that happen in the game that makes people question, is this a rigged? Is it rigged or not? But then there is also the storyline that needs to keep it going. I always say there is nothing like a bad press. As long as it gets people talking, it gets people engaged, FIFA makes money. So if after every Argentine game, that's what I'm saying, there is going to be a call against England, it's going to piss the English media off. And who don't you want to piss off? The English media. They're going to talk for 2 months.
Well,
something is going to happen.
Unfortunately, tournaments in America. I
Yeah.
don't think
Why?
Americans will
Question.
give a two damn about what's going on, what England media thinks.
I have a question
They
though.
are still
Why?
talking about.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
question though. Why would FIFA favor Argentina over England?
Why will FIFA favor Argentina over England?
Yeah.
See, this is how I look at it, and I also have a controversial opinion, right? Who are the two major sponsors in world athletics?
Also,
Adidas,
Adidas and Nike.
Nike.
Who is the
yeah.
face of Nike? Who?
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Who is the face of Adidas?
Messi, and
Messi.
FIFA.
Who sponsors
And FIFA,
FIFA?
Adidas. It's all money.
So we
Money
can
ties.
connect the dots in any way we want to connect it.
Yeah.
So if you are the
but
English team,
but-
good luck.
but we know that FIFA and the headquarters and the organization
Huh.
they're in Europe
Mhm.
and they favor Europeans for the most part. They want Europeans to do well at the World Cup. That's a fact. right? They want Europeans to do well. They want Europeans to
No,
have more spots on the World Cup.
you want to please your sponsors. Who are the major sponsors for FIFA? Is it not Adidas?
Wait a minute, Solo, man. Solo, come on now. You always telling me about how your New York Knicks and the Mecca basketball is good. It's good if the New York Knicks win the championship, which they did. It's good if they have a finals in Madison Square Garden because of his mega. That's where all the money coming from. So what are you saying to George's question?
You don't think England doing well is good for people?
No. England doing well doesn't benefit FIFA one bit.
They hasn't done well since 1966.
It doesn't benefit them. What is the storyline for England?
And this is
What
the
is it?
first time Messi will play against England.
It's going where? It's not going home anywhere. Right? But the storyline right now is that if Messi wins his second, sometimes when people think the GOAT debate is just for the barbering shop conversation. It is not. It is for marketing. Somebody needs to make more money than the other. For instance, the basketball debate of Michael Jordan and LeBron James, right? And somebody made an analogy. I didn't get to watch Michael Jordan, right? If you are my generation, you probably didn't watch Michael Jordan like that. But whenever somebody says Jordan's name, what goes through your head? Happiness. Because Jordan is a brand name, right? Compared to LeBron. Jordan's brand brings a status for you. If you are wearing your best Jordan shoes, that puts you in a different class compared to LeBron, right? So that argument alone is a marketing tool for the Jordan brand. The same thing, Messi and Ronaldo. Under no circumstance will you talk about Messi and Adidas doesn't benefit from it. If you talk about Ronaldo, Nike benefits from it. But who are the major sponsors for FIFA?
Adidas.
It's all about trying to get as much money as they can. So under no circumstance will you say England winning brings FIFA anything. What does it give them? Apart from the English media making noise, what do they gain from it?
All right. With that being said, fellas, man, let's get a little prediction going on with the semifinals starting tomorrow, man. I'm gonna start with England versus Argentina. Who has the edge? Yo, England has the mentality to go against Argentina's experience. Pussy.
I believe they do have the mentality if they go out there and play their game and not think of we can't go out there and acting like Messi. Not saying that not to respect Messi, but you can't go respect Messi. You got to go disrespect him. Similar as how I've seen Iceland play Messi. I seen how I've seen Saudi Arabia play them, as in you just gotta eliminate what he was doing. Similar to how Switzerland played them, where he didn't really get any time on the ball. If they go do that tomorrow, their attitude will determine their altitude tomorrow, and I believe they can get out with the win. They just have to create more chances for their striker, from the wing play and make it really uncomfortable for Argentina because they have guys that will kill themselves for the team. But once they hit a certain mark in the game, I see Argentina fatiguing. If England can take advantage of that, they can beat Argentina tomorrow, and the princess story is over with.
George, do you think so?
I think Argentina has the edge over England. See, we can go outside the controversy of everything that we've spoken about, right? There is still the Messi factor in the game.
Yeah.
And I am no Messi fan, but he finds a way to make it happen. And if you listen to his interview after the game, it looks like this is the game that he was looking forward to.
The England game.
So, yeah, the England game.
He's never played
If you
them.
listen to his interview after the game, it looks like, yeah, you guys are talking about England. Now we are here. We will see, right? And you don't want to give Messi any extra motivation. So I still give Argentina the edge over England. Outside all the controversy, all the controversial thing that we spoke about, I think the South American game is a little bit more physical and over the top, that will probably overwhelm the English team. And when they react, they might find themselves in a booking or things like that. So for England to win tomorrow's game, they have to be calm and be disciplined tomorrow, but also be able to match the Argentine guys' energy. Because if they don't, that Argentina is going to bully you. And when push comes to shove, they have the little magician that can just turn the game, that can turn things around within a split second. So I still give Argentina like 51-49 chance of winning.
Well,
Solo,
first
that's a
of all,
flip.
we know this game gonna be a home game for us. There's no any other team in the world left in the World Cup that has played more games in the United States than Argentina. They play
Mm-hmm.
friendly all the time. So I give the edge to Argentina. I think they can have the to that one. I like you guys said, the referee might be on their side, but I think my biggest issue with England, I think it's the defense. I don't know how well they will be able to contain like just always control the air. But he just missed one chance. I'm just worried about with the English defense and all that. I'm not worried. I think this might be a high score. We might see more than 2 goals in this game. Look, I think England can score 2 goals possible, and I think and for Argentina can always not score a lot of points. I'm taking Argentina just because they're gonna be a home game. They have the momentum. I think this will be the end of the World Cup.
Yeah, Argentina experience in this knockout football for me is what gives them an incredible edge over England. And of course, the tactical part of it, we can't question Thomas Tuchel how great of manager he is. His mentality is strong, but the rest of the when you look at overall, man, we talk about the game of football itself. For me, England it seems like this is just a football match. For me, to Argentina, it's not just a football match. They're playing against
Yeah,
England, like George said. It's
yeah,
not just a football match. This is who they are.
yeah,
They
yeah,
the fans singing always talk about football coming home. South American teams looking at it like football was never. Yes, we might say it's made in England. Bullshit to South American fans. This is more than just
yeah,
a football for Argentina. I think Argentina is gonna come out here, show why they're defending champs, and England though. All of the reasons why we can't question their ability because now they got a head coach that's not English, and of course they do got great talent. But I agree with George.
But also
Messi
you gotta
is
remember,
gonna come out here and be
most you gotta remember England. They needed that in 1986 with James.
yep.
They needed.
ain't gonna happen.
This 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 is the only thing I see with Argentina. The guy said for Messi, he said he would give his heart. Whatever the guy, I forgot his name off the bench. He said he would give everything just to win for Messi. This is the
Right.
difference when you got players playing like they're gonna play with out of their mind just because they don't want to see Messi go home. They don't want to go home, but they're playing for him and they're giving their jersey for him. So it puts a different dynamic when they're playing like they're suicidal. They're playing that they'll tear their hamstring. They don't care. They're pushing the limit all the time on the play. So that's what is going to be good to see how England reacts to that. Let's see how England reacts to that. If they can't react, they're done. If they can react to it and Harry Kane shows up tomorrow and he shows up with the shooting boots and somehow they give him a chance to do something, it could be different.
And
Otherwise,
then
you know,
Thomas Tuchel's lineup is gonna prove
tell a lot.
it's gonna show us what kind
Yes.
of game plan is.
Yes. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
not a game that England should come ahead and say Madueke could do what else. They just do what Madueke is capable of doing. Nah, you have to know what you're doing to play against this team to win this game.
And
Because we know
not to
what Argentina is. You said it, course, man. Everybody want to play for Messi to make sure that Messi win this game, win this World Cup back to back. He's already been the greatest, one of the greatest players ever played. I can never call him the greatest because my favorite players are Ronaldinho and Zidane and
yeah,
JJ
yeah, yeah,
Okocha.
yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't think that I'll never in my life call Messi the GOAT. No, it ain't happening. Not when Ronaldinho and Zidane and JJ still around. If he win a World Cup, he win. But I'm just talking about it when you come to the football aspect. I'm not talking about his personal career. Like if he's talking about personally, like what each player's individual what each player's achieved, you could always gonna put Ronaldo there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like when it comes to the game of football itself, what I see Ronaldinho did, that's the same thing I see Messi doing. What I seen Zidane right though, man. Zidane was one of them guys, man. You have to really pay attention to the game to see how great that man a lot of people don't talk about it because we all remember the last World Cup when he did a hate button. but he played. If I'm not mistaken. But Zidane was one of those guys out there when I was a kid, want to get up in the morning to watch him play. Of course, JJ, man, coming from Africa, we was listening to JJ coach on the radio. It's still hype.
George, we can't hear
Hey, yo,
you.
George, we can't hear you. You mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now
Yes.
we can.
Yeah. One of the things I always say is that we all love Messi until his team plays against your team. And then you go,
Yeah.
we can't get any calls in his. You love him until your country, your team, your favorite
Play
team
against.
plays against his team. Then you realize it's not all that about just him being good. It's everything else that goes around the game. And Wednesday, what I am looking at is going to be England played Mexico. They played Norway in extra time. Argentina played Cape Verde, Egypt, Switzerland, all in extra time. So it's going to be a very, very sloppy game on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And the team that has a little bit edge or something left in the tank is going to prevail. And what happened in Argentina defense with 9 guys, and there's only one guy that doesn't defend. That is the guy that is going to make the difference. I think, as I said, I don't like Messi because of the controversies around him. But in a game like this, he just needs a second to decide the game. Which, whether they give him a dubious PK or a free kick or something like that, he is going to make the difference. The other side for England is: are you going to start with Madueke on your
This
team,
is not or Saka.
or you want to start with Saka? I don't get confused with 2K was his selection. The last game he subbed off Declan Rice, which I think he's not fit enough. So
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
not.
know if he's going to start him. Then he brought in James in the middle instead of Kobe Menu in the middle. So he could do something that would throw all the game, the Argentinian plan off, right? Something could happen during the game, and he would just bring in a center back to. He could put Stones in the middle to mark Messi. He could do that.
But you can be like, I remember Coach C, I think I texted this in the other group, where I was like, Declan Rice is out. But bringing Reece James in was also a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What Reece James brought to the game, especially in that game, when he comes in, the
Security.
substitutes make the difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which allow Judy to do what he does and move, like you mentioned earlier. He's a smart player. He see it, and he's moving to help everything with a goal.
Mhm.
I watch Tuchel with Chelsea. Tuchel make lineups, every lineup, some games, mostly every other game. It's always the controversy like, yo, why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? But guess
Yeah.
what? He always find a way to win the game. And this was
yeah.
time of Tuchel stop.
I
Now,
won't be
before we
surprised
get out of here,
Madueke
man,
starts.
before we get out of here, man, thank you guys so much for watching Ball Out Sport, man. Please subscribe and press the like button. Well, one question for you guys, man. Quick answer. Thomas Tuchel versus Judy after the game press conference situation. Is that going to affect them going into this game? Going against the
No.
game against
I
Argentina?
love it. I love it. And it's not going to change anything.
No, it's not gonna change anything.
It's
It's
not
just
going to
bringing the
change
best.
anything. It's a
You
player
want
that
to
is
bring the
saying,
best out of them, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Judy's
That's what Marino
saying
right there.
the best. Judy's saying we just brought the best for you. We brought the best out for you. We just put our shirt on the line. What you say right now don't matter. We gotta deal with Argentina now. That's just behind us. We just put that work in. You feel me? And they're playing in the heat. They're exhausted. They're putting their bodies on the line, and you can see it. So it's like none of that. The coach said matter. You gotta let that be water under the bridge.
Right. All right, George,
but
give me a prediction.
last one is what did Jude say that made the news though? I listened to the press conference after the game. He just said whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, after the game, he's run 120 or 115 minutes. And the
English
first question
media.
from the journalist, did you hear what your coach said? I mean, come on. What do you expect him to say?
You're speaking as a player. I bet you Polo got total
I mean,
different. If Polo would have heard about it,
there
he's gonna
was no
expose a total different point of view of it.
there was
How
no
players are supposed to
storyline.
listen to their coaches.
What was the storyline there? Like, okay, you telling me I had a bad presentation on what I'm talking about, and I go whatever. What, is that the news?
There's more to it.
It's the media.
He didn't.
It's the media.
He didn't dispute what the coach said. He just said whatever, and he went on to say what he had to say. So
But
if I was the coach, I probably would not mind what the media is saying.
My only thing about this was that my concern about this was the fact that we've seen this happen all season with Madrid, right? Where the star players trying to go against the head coach or trying to, diminish what the head coach is saying. That's my only situation. Oh, here you go, another Madrid guy. We've seen it all season, whether it's Vinicius, whether it's Mbappe, when I was Judy. That's the only problem about it.
He didn't challenge the coach's instruction or tactics. Did he speak back to the coach during the game?
You basically tell Thomas Tuchel that you wasn't out there to run for 120 minutes. You should be glad that we won the game.
Yeah. He didn't. It's like Musa. You are saying that the coach gave him instruction and he go, whatever. It's after the game. What is the storyline here?
There's no story, but that reaction will cause the story.
Solo, let me understand what the storyline is. What did he say that was bad?
When you say whatever, it put me a lot of things. It put me a lot of things. So now you get people thinking, oh, what does it really mean? That's what people start talking about.
Yeah, you said we didn't play well. Of course, we didn't play well, but whatever, we won. What do you want him to say?
I guess
I got one
you
more
have to be
thing.
political.
Go ahead,
You gotta
Kosi.
say what you gotta say what people want to.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's that controversial. I think that is just the reaction from him. And he just ran 120 minutes, and he knows his coach is a little crazy. He's not going to really take anything of it. It's just a grain of salt. The media will take it differently, but they are from Madrid, like Musa said, so people are going to take it a whole differently. But this is England. This is the World Cup, and it has nothing to do with that, I believe. And also, going into that game, just going back to what we were talking about with the attention for Messi, we did see Julian Alvarez score worldly, one of the best goals in the World Cup last game. So I believe they have to watch him also because he is coming to play tomorrow also.
Yeah, Musa, last one before we go. Because he's still talking.
No, go ahead.
You remember that the media has been on Jude's back since there was a storyline that said that they shouldn't even bring him to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Right?
That's great.
Yeah.
So there is, I think that there is a media agenda against him. And as somebody would say, the British media, I will say it, is not ready for a black superstar to win them a World Cup.
No, they aren't.
And from the beginning,
they want Kane.
They have come up with stories and they have doubted Jude right from the beginning of the World Cup list, saying he doesn't even deserve to be there. Now that he's playing like a man possessed, they take advantage of every little thing that he's doing. Every little thing, including post-game interview. The word whatever.
Let me just say this quick. Well, whatever. It's a tough shift. So my thoughts and appreciation go to the players who put tough shift out there. That was his response.
What do they expect? What is the storyline on that one?
Like you just mentioned, a black player.
English media, forget about them. That's why I want Argentina to rob them so that they have a main story to tell.
No, that's the Ghana side talking.
Yeah, forget about they complain about everything.
Yeah, it's because he doesn't play in England. He went to Madrid.
I can't with him.
Man, we gotta fellas, man, we gotta wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for being here, man. Just watching Bala Sports TV. George, Kosi, Solo. Thank you for taking your time, my brother, man. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Please subscribe and press the like button. Kosi, you want to end it? Talk to me, brother.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, baby. Bala Sports TV. Yeah, you already know. Solo, George, Musa. Yeah. World Cup! World Cup!